Hello children, how are you all? I think you enjoyed a lot the holidays which are given recently. So everybody has fresh mind to listen the lessons again to come on to the academics. So very good to you and be careful with the corona. Okay children, now let us move to the lesson. Now I am going to take history part. Okay, till now I didn't start history part. So the first lesson history part I am taking now. This history will explain you about the 1000 years which is called medieval period. About ancient period you already learned in 6th class. So 700 to 1750 which is related to the 1000 years and which is also called a medieval period. In this period what were the conditions took place? In what way the development science and technology has been developed? So from ancient period to medieval period what were the changes took place? I think already you came to know many more like Harshavardhana emperors, about Gupta rulers and about Jainism and Buddhism and even Ashoka emperor. So like many more things which are related to the ancient period have been explained already. Okay, it has been explained. Now we are going forward to take the discussion in the medieval period what were the conditions took place. Okay, this is about this concept of this history and again about the ancient period, medieval period and modern period. Like this history was divided. So ancient period will be dealt in 6th class, is already you had crossed out 6th class, and in 7th class you will come to know about medieval period, and about modern period you will learn the next year, in the next year. Okay, so again tracing changes through 1000 years. I think you might have understood already what were the changes took place in this 1000 years of the medieval period. So this introduction is given to you. So what is the introduction? In this period, example here 1154, in that year, now 2020 you know very well. So in the year 1154, Al-Idrisi, one cartographer was there, and this cartographer had drawn one map on our subcontinent. Okay, so when he had drawn the map, our subcontinent was drawn in multi-way. Not only he had taken the whole picture of the world map when he had taken. Sri Lanka is on the top of our subcontinent. Subcontinent is nothing but India. Sri Lanka actually now it is located to the south of India. But according Al-Idrisi, which was drawn in 1154, he had taken or he had drawn on top of our India. Okay, so in India down and in top Sri Lanka was located. Actually, it was wrong because there were no correct evidences. Okay, science was also and the information was also not developed a lot. Okay, so here this is the example of Al-Idrisi. What is the map, in which way the map was drawn? In this, once you see in your textbook and PDF, you will understand how Al-Idrisi has drawn the map. Okay, so after 600 years, again in 1720, another French cartographer had drawn another map. Okay, so that map also I am showing you. This is, he had drawn very clearly and clear. See, this is the map of India. When it was drawn, Sri Lanka was drawn to the bottom of India, and exactly what way the consideration he had considered the map, and all were considered this map because the location of the India and location of Sri Lanka exactly similar what is existing on today. So why these differences were there? Because at the time of Al-Idrisi in the 12th century, there was no much more information and technology, and the text and written records were not available for him. Okay, after 600 years, even though the both are belong to the same era and the both are belong to the same area, but there are some differences in the maps because of the information which was depending on the past records or documents related to the past which were not available at the time of our literacy were available at the time of French cartographer. Here I am calling you, I am using cartographer. Who is this cartographer? Cartographer is the person who will draw map or who will produce a map with skill and knowledge. He must have a vision on geographical conditions of a particular area or a particular country or on the world. For example, if you had drawn, seeing that map, again if you prepare or produce another map, if you make another map, you can't be called a cartographer. Cartographer is a person and who will draw with his knowledge and skill for the first time of any country or any region, a map which was drawn by a person, that person is called cartographer. Okay, all literacy was a cartographer, and in the same way, and the French, French one cartographer also had drawn, and the French cartographer, the map was used by many more French sailors and even European sailors also for sailing or for the route, because in France cartographer, what he had drawn in that map, he had given more clarity about this coastal region. Okay, so but not more than this, when it is compared to the interior information, interior part information is less, but coastal areas information very broadly it was given by French cartographer, so that it was used by number of the sailors belong to France and Europe. Now coming to the second point, new and old terminologies. See children, there was a lot of difference in the medieval period. What were the words were used and their meaning and vocabulary and all pronunciation, maximum they had been changed to present generation. So, what are the examples are given here? For example, Minhaj-i-Siraj, here Persian, any things if you take, Persian language if you take, vocabulary if you take, or any meanings are taken from history, from the ancient period, what were taken in the Persian language, they were entirely different to the modern Persian language. So in this way there were so many changes took place. And in the same way, for example here about Hindustan, you know very well about Hindustan. Hindustan means you are very familiar with this word which represents the total entire country of India. It is a nation state. It is the name of the entire country, and I am Hindustan. That means the person who is belong to the entire country can be taken as a Hindustani. Okay, so this is at present in the modern period, Hindustan is nothing but the nation state. But in the medieval period, the difference was totally, the meaning and everything was totally different. Okay, so for example here in Hindustan in the 13th century, Minhaj-i-Siraj, one person, Minhaj-i-Siraj, he had written in his book, the Hindustan is meant only that area belonged to Punjab and Haryana region. Punjab state and Haryana state at present what they are existing, the total entire region is named as Hindustan. And in another way, he also had written that the land in between Ganga and Yamuna rivers, the two rivers are there, Ganga and Yamuna, between that land is named as the Hindustan. In his book he had written in 13th century. After that it has been changed. In 16th century, Babur has used the same Hindustan word only, and but he said that okay, Babur is a Mughal emperor. He is a Mughal establisher in India. You will come to know much more about this Babur, Akbar and Jahangir, Shah Jahan, who are belong to these Mughal emperors. He will come to know in the future lessons. So this Babur has also written in his book, and this Hindustan is belonged to the entire country, the entire subcontinent, including the South India. Not only like Minhaj-i-Siraj, north part of the India only not only taken, it is also related to the southern part of our India also. So like he used to say that this place is belong to the entire Hindustan is belong to the first prime dominions of the Delhi Sultans. So in this way he had used, and even in 14th century also, Amir Khusro also had given the same meaning in 14th century. So what the Hindustan word was used in the medieval period has been changed after 100 years by Babur. And what were Babur was used in what way, that has been entirely changed to in the modern period also, like we are calling that the total entire India is also named as Hindustan, because Babur has used about to express the geography, to express the culture and about the people, to express the entire of this subcontinent he had used. Okay, so from that onwards the Hindustan total entire that meaning was also changed. So in this way, here foreigner, once you take that foreigner, actually in the medieval period, nowadays what is meant by foreigner? Foreigner is nothing but who is not belonging to our country. The person who is belong to France, Russia, Germany, Japan, China, like the people who are belong to other countries are called foreigners at present today. But in the medieval period, the foreigner meaning is the person who is residing in the same village. Okay, the person who is belong to the same village, but the customs and traditions are following by in another way. Okay, so even though the two people are belong to the same village, when they are following the different tradition and culture, and then these two people are called as foreigners to each other. For example, a person who is living in city dweller, he is called city dweller. Any person who is living in city is a stranger or he is a foreigner for the forest dweller. Okay, so in this way, in the medieval period, it's not belong to the entire country, but some particular reason it was related to. But in the modern period, it has been changed, like foreigner is nothing but the person who is not belong to the entire country. So like this, the changes, many more changes took place, because why these changes were taken place, you will come to know gradually. And after that, historians and their sources. How do we come to know about the history? What are the sources? I think already you are very, very familiar about the sources of history in your 6th class. So, you can take what were the sources. You can take coins, inscriptions, documents, and even the holy books, and you may take manuscripts. So all because of all these, we are coming to know about either for the kings we come to know, and emperors we are coming to know, and the great victories which were done by the people, and what were the conditions of the people, or what were the situations belong to the ancient period or medieval period, because of the coins, which dynasty was, for example here Gupta's dynasty was there. Gupta's dynasty is their reign period, or their ruling period is also called golden age, because they were extraordinary. They had maximum subcontinent was under their control, Gupta's rulers. And about Harshavardhana, for example, in the last year you also came to know Harshavardhana is nothing but he is a Indian related one emperor. Okay, like Ashoka, Harshavardhana also was one emperor. He also ruled from 606 to 646, and he was a very extraordinary emperor and ruler. About him, how did we come to know? Because of the coins, because of the inscriptions, because of the manuscripts, and because of the written records and some documents which were there. All these are the sources to know about the history. Okay, so here this history, we are before these manuscripts and written records were taken place. Before this taken place, because paper was not in the usage. Okay, so when the paper was not in the usage, I already discussed in the 6th class, people had used the barks of the trees to write their, and copper plates they had used, and some hard substances, and some rocks, and some like these very hard substances, because paper was not invented then. Okay, so once the paper was invented, all the people had started to write what were already written on manuscripts to preserve. Instead of preserving them, they had been copied again on the papers. Okay, when the people are copying from the manuscripts to the written records, and these people are called scribes. Scribes. Scribes are nothing but the people who will write and copy the already manuscripts and sources which are there. From the sources they will copy or write again on papers. So like this, many more scribes have come forward to write all the records and all these manuscripts and inscriptions. They had been taken on paper. So for example, in the 13th century, one scribe wanted to make this paper document, a written record. He wanted to make a written record, but he could not get paper because scarcity of the paper in the initial time. Then he had washed up all the what were written on that inscription, and that were dried leaves are there. That one totally washed up, and that was dried up, and then he had used it to write it again freshly. So in that way, because the paper was not in the usage more, then after 100 years, next century, 14th century, once you see that, when the people wanted to go to the market, like the market, when they purchased anything, the purchased item was wrapped with paper and used given by the shopkeeper. So then that means the paper was abundant in the usage. So that the paper usage when has been increased a lot, then all these written records and all these inscriptions and all these which are in the form of the manuscripts, they had been copied it again and again. Okay, so here is the problem. When the scribes are copying these writings, then gradually they had changed the meanings and vocabulary and even the pronunciation and even the spellings. So like this, some changes, a maximum more changes have been taken place. For example, the scribe, if he doesn't understand what is written really or originally in the real manuscript, he had used some words in his own, and he has it is just not only it is regarded, it is not only related to any vocabulary or any other spelling, but it is also with regard to entire the meaning also. The meaning also has been changed. So because of that, this is a very big task, and it is a very big achievement, and it is a very big what is it called, very challenge for the all historians. What is really written in history or the original books, in what way they have been changed by the scribes. Because as the years going on, 100 years, as the years rolling on, when the scribes are copying on, so then the meaning also has been changed. What were really occurred, what were really written, and that was not exactly copied by the scribes. So that the historians had taken it as a challenge, and once they wanted to know what is really the meaning or what is written by the scribe, for what purpose the scribe has written for some document, he used to go to the original that manuscript, or he wanted to go to that originality. Then he can come to a real conclusion, what the real concept of this. I think example, it is a very good example, that Ramayana which you are seeing in the television, the maximum the stories have been changed in some epics. Once you see that one type of Ramayana story is different to the another type of Ramayana. Main concept is same, but some small the incidents and the things which are happened, something they are changing on. So because of the scribes who had written, they started to write something which is not real. So this was the problem occurred in the medieval period, and that is a big challenge for the historians to face or to convey us the reality of the original. And here, collection of the manuscripts, all these manuscripts maximum for the scribes, for the purpose of the scribes. These scribes were appointed by the kings to take the records or to take the writings which are already existed on inscriptions. For example, their mightiness, their victories were written on inscription. Okay, that must be come or changed to the paper. So then the rulers had used to appoint to the scribes. So then the scribes used to write it again and submit to the ruler. So this was one employment also in those days. So they like this, all these manuscripts were were collected from the royal families and the kings and wealthy personalities, because those people only used to make all these recordings of either in the manuscription or in the inscription way also. Okay, and even the temple heads can be there, or any documents writers are there. In the olden days, the people who are wealthy people, and say monasteries are there, so these people, monasteries also used to write something, and some from the temples, from the monasteries, from the wealthy people and royal families and from the rulers, all these manuscripts were collected by the scribes, and scribes used to write them again on a paper. So because of this paper, after that, gradually after paper usage, what was invented? Printing machine was invented. When this printing was invented, immediately the importance of these scribes totally reduced, because scribe used to write number of hundreds to thousands of books. He has to write his own one by one. That means there is no way to get the copy. Okay, there was no way to get the copy. If we wanted to sell the same book for the 100 people, the scribe used to write 100 times. That person is called scribe. But when the printing press has been invented, the printing press, with the help of the printing press, one copy if you keep there, then hundreds, thousands of John Gutenberg has invented this printing press. So thousands, how many printings you want, you can take. So when this printing was invented, printing press was invented, the importance of the scribe has been reduced a lot. Nowadays the scribes are being used for the blind people. When they wanted to write any examination, then the person will tell the answers and the scribe will write the answer sheet. Nowadays the scribe importance is in that way only. Okay, because the helper for the blind person to write the answers, the scribe will be appointed by that, and the scribe will write what this person wanted to write. So in this way, the scribes are very less usage in the modern period. Okay, so printing press, here Ziauddin, one person is there. So this person also had taken number of, in the year he belonged to 1356. Ziauddin is an important person who was a very important and exemplar scribe person. And once he had written, after 20 years after that, what is a book was written by him, the both are different to each other. He has written the book, the same person has written the same matter, but different time period, but the both are also different to each other. So in what way these differences are being taken place? Because of it is dependent, maximum it is dependent on the way of investigation they are taken, on the time period, at the time of writings which are belong to that particular time period. So those are very important. So depending on this, these persons have taken this task. Okay children, so now did you come to know what are the things in this class? You have come to know in what way all literacy was failure to give the map, because multi-way, he had given India is down and Sri Lanka is up. But after 600 years, again in the year 1720, again the French cartographer who had drawn this very excellent, and people had come to know about the coastal regions. He had given very detailed information about the coastal rather than the interior parts. And after that we have come to know how the old and new technology difference, how the old technology has been, or terminology has been changed to the new terminology. You can take Hindustan one example, and you may take foreigner another example. Like that, these are the examples are given in your book to know clearly in what way in the medieval period these words were used, and in the modern period how this terminology has been changed. And after that, historians and their sources, what are the sources already you know, either manuscripts or written documents or inscriptions or any coins, like here monasteries records, like all these can be taken as the sources to know about history. Okay children, and paper investment was taken, and paper was invented. After the invention of that, how this paper was invested by the people, in what way it was used, and scribes importance has been raised a lot. And at the time after printing press has been introduced, the scribe importance totally started to reduce. So this is about this these four topics which is related to the first lesson. Okay children, I think you understand well, and stay with online classes and you will get much more knowledge, and it's a very happy to listen to us, because inside of your house, among the four rules, walls, it's a very good for you. Very silently, without interruption, you take all these classes and get knowledge. Okay, children?